Um, yeah. I should actually have taken. Maybe I should just close that one and just take a t-shirt on. Actually, I forgot about that. It's pretty hot. 2 seconds. So I was just looking at some of the channels, and my brain is pretty much fried, and I should probably go to sleep and let my brain rest. But yeah, let's get this on. There we go. So I was just, thinking, okay, let's just see something that is, um, just whatever, something that is. So I was looking at these HTTP live streaming and all that. And and of course they want money, 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 money. That's one of the things you see a lot on these televisions as well. But then it goes on to this. Let's listen.
Hello, my name is Rabbi Shapira, and I'm the senior founding rabbi of.
Did you hear that? Should we take it again?
Hello, my name is Rabbi Shapira, and I'm the senior founding.
Oh. No, 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 no. Oh. Did you hear that? I'll actually read it on, my name is Rabbi. What? And I have to be kidding me. What does Yeshua say? Don't call anyone rabbi. You have one rabbi and he's... I'm just so, What, people calling themselves a father as a title and rabbi as a title. And what did Yeshua say? Don't call anyone father and don't call anyone rabbi. You have one Father who is in the heavens and one Rabbi, Christ Jesus. I'm just tired of it. So that's another channel going out. I actually don't have that many channels left. They tend to be kicked out pretty quickly. I'm just, going from one channel to another channel. I'm like, this is, out. Just let me read the Bible instead of wasting my time on this, There has been some okay programs on some of them, but I couldn't care about this, and yeah, so another one is being deleted. Why would you ever have someone calling themselves rabbi? My name is Rabbi. Yeah, give me a break, I just can't. It's brother or sister, not father or rabbi or whatever, brother and sister. I have to be kidding. If people can't even follow. Maybe I'm just too. I just don't understand it. Isn't it pretty? To the right foot in regards of Yeshua saying, "Hey, don't call anyone father," and yet all the Roman Catholic priests calls themselves father, right? Oh, Holy Father. Well, and then we have the. Calling themselves rabbis. I can't handle it anymore. I was like, this world. Anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least I have 7 left. Out of 20 that I picked, and one of them is in regards of Jewish broadcast. I probably shouldn't have that either on it. I think there's pretty much only one that I want, actually. And that's the Hebrew channel that, sadly don't have English subtitles. But that's pretty much the, that's, it seems more of a... We have a 7 Adventist channel and another 7 Adventist channel. And I just, they have some good stuff, but I'm just tired of all that, the seven Adventist stuff in regards of, and the teachings, like, let me just read the Bible instead of, you're getting the things in a filter, and there's so many opinions out there. It's just easier just to keep yourself with the Bible and, so again, there's so many opinions, and most of them pretty much turn to Paul or talks about Paul and all that. And I couldn't really care much about Paul, actually. That's the thing. I couldn't really care about Roman Pharisee Paulus. I know. So, let's go to Yeshua. It's like everybody. Oh, they turn to Ellen G. White or Paulus or whatever, Mohammed or Joseph Smith or whatever, I just continue. Hey, let's just turn back to Yeshua, right? Now, what did our master say, our rabbi, our God in the flesh, What did he say, Oh, well, so let's see here. So we have amazing discoveries. They have some good programs here and there, but at least they stand for who the Antichrist is. But there's another guy on YouTube that was a former Seventh Adventist, and he still uses some of Ellen G. White's things. But he's not a SDA anymore, as I understand it, but he still uses Ellen G. White. I don't know, it's just... Anyway, so, Amazing Discoveries TV. Actually, I was reading a little on that again in regards of Ellen G. White, in regards of a so-called prophecy that was never fulfilled. That whatever. It's just I couldn't really just go back to Yeshua, right? It's like we're making it more complicated than it is, right? The Torah has 7 high holy days, festivals. Set apart time. What do you call it? Appointed times. Oh, that's the right word. I'm a little tired. Sorry. I'm a little. My brain is pretty. So we have 7, festivals, and high Sabbaths, and then of course the festivals, can be longer. You have, a high Sabbath, and then you have some days, and then you have a high Sabbath again, and so forward, right? So you have different, but it shouldn't be that hard. We don't need to sit there and discuss, back and forward, back and forward. It shouldn't be that. Let's just do it, right? Yeah. Anyway, but they do have some third. Thought there was some information here that might be interesting, so I wanted to download that to see if there was any, I just don't, I don't know. Maybe I just come to that point where, it's not, I saw all the SDA, like the one guy with 30 or 40 hours or something like that, and so the other guy with 30 or 40 hours, So I've seen, they have some good stuff and all that, but they also have the, some problems, I think I need a break from it all. I think I have needed a break for a long, long time. I really think I should do something about it. So yeah. So I'm downloading some files there. Not sure if this is also from an SDA source, how to keep the feast. At least they actually, they actually are standing for the festivals. So, so at least they're, that's nice to see. So, and actually saying that in regards of that the SDA actually should do the festivals, and yeah, I think we should do the festivals. Anyway, let's see, the feast with the last day events. That's different. Satanism and its holidays and all that. This is some free teaching, I guess. and there might be some interesting things. At least I'm downloading it at the moment, and I'll going to see if there's anything of worth. Well, I guess it's just I don't know. Just it's just usually when you see, oh, they want money. They are they're really, you see these people focusing on money, 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 or they're quoting Paulus, or they are you see different things where it's like, oh, no, 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 no. Where you just want to turn it totally off, in regards of this is, why would I waste my time on this? And a lot of the Christian streams as well have movies, worldly movies, I'm like, I don't turn into a Christian channel to see movies, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, the Jewish channel seemed to be that seemed to be interesting. I guess I just needed to test it out. I guess but I did use some time to actually put those 20 streams in there, and I just don't feel like it should have them on the website, because I don't want to lead anyone astray on getting them into some of these things. It's just yeah. So anyway, so again, it's television, so I guess they're sending different things. I understand that, and this place also have some. I've seen some other programs that was actually not bad. Yeah, I guess I just just easier to just read the Bible and use your time on the Bible than listening to secondary information in some sense, and just let the scriptures open itself, instead of. So let's see, what do we have more? We have gospel truth. I guess they might have something to sell as well. At least that's the book behind the guy.
And that is why 1 Thessalonians 4 verse 3 says, "For
yeah, there we go, Paulus again. It's just one Paulus after another. These streams. 1 Thessalonians 4:3, blah blah blah. Paulus, 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 and I couldn't care what Paulus says.
even your..."
Yeah. What did Yeshua warn us about? The Pharisees and the Herodians, right? The leaven of the Pharisees and the Herodians. Yeah. Couldn't have, maybe they sent Paul. At least he has some leaven, that's for sure. Leading people away from the law of Jehovah and attacking the so-called Judaizers. Well, I guess Judaizers. It's not a bad, it's not a, but the thing is, it's used as a negative thing, but it's not really a negative thing. Here it goes, I guess, a little in the Greek and all that, but over.
It changed us. Just like when God's presence came on that mountain, it changed the status of the...
I guess it turns me off in some sense. I don't know if that is a good term to Gospel Truth TV. Let's just drop that as well, Gospel Truth TV, Gospel Truth. Yep, let's delete that as well. Get that away. Okay, I guess I'll end up with one channel left, and I guess that's okay. At least I have one channel. I would probably be, the Jewish Broadcasting Service had, when I found it, it had actually had the history of Israel. That was pretty interesting. And lo and behold, they then had a so-called rabbi, right? On the show. I guess it's not. I have a Jewish channel. Of course, you would probably expect. Then we have Revelation TV. That was a guy that has some pretty good stuff that was on the show, one of the shows. But I can find good information about that guy on YouTube. And I don't need to have a television thing for that. And again, usually, they're there to sell stuff as well. And I'm like, come on, some of them, the website that actually is on now in regards to the Seventh-day Adventist actually have free videos for download. At least they're giving it away for free. That's just over the internet, having the capacity to do it, right? And I think you can also buy on the site. So you can download it for free, but you can also pay for it if you want it. I guess if you want. Yeah, anyway, but some of these is like, oh, they want the information out, right? They say they want the information out, but you need to buy the book. And I'm like, if you want the information out, just make a PDF and make it freely available for people, right? Do you want the information? You want people to read the information and all that, right? Yeah, I really want people to buy the book. It was like to read the information, but I really want the people to have the information. Well, if you really, really, really want the people to have the information, make the book free, as a PDF, and then have the book as a sale, at the side, because of course the book will cost something to produce, right? But in regards to PDF on the internet and all that, copy, right? You have to be, just, yeah. Where did we go in regards to sharing things as Christians, And then we have technology like computers where we can make copies. You're not even losing the thing that you have because people can just make a copy like that. You still have your copy. Yeah, it's just, but apparently, we can, instead of selling the truth, then give the truth away for free, I don't understand this concept of selling the truth, We all are trying to help each other, or should be trying to help each other with whatever, strength that we have in regards of different areas. Someone makes something and make it freely available, then another guy can, go on and use that for something and produce something else that maybe another guy can use, and so forward. And and then it goes like that, yeah. Oh, well. And copyright bullshit. Anyway, so let's see, what do we have? Amazing discoveries. Let's see what we have there.
Retires or passes away, the Queen cannot automatically pass the crown over to her grandson, Prince William, unless she compels Prince Charles. Yeah.
But I could, again, this television thing, I have no idea what is on the television program anyway, and what is going to run in regards to this guy.
It doesn't matter whether it is the one or the other. Aren't they both liege men?
It doesn't seem to be one of his, the 30 or 40 hours lecture, or how much it is. I know it's on the internet somewhere in regards of that, and I'd rather actually have it, downloaded and put it up, if anything, on my server or my web place, whatever. Something future to look into. There's a lot of things, I have to find out what do I want to actually have. I'm still trying to fix the player and all that, right? And I'm getting better acquainted with the player for sure. But Bible explanation had some good stuff in regard to the lecture. Now they're sitting there and just, secondary teaching in some sense. I also saw another program where where they were talking about, hey, they didn't understand why a person wouldn't go to church. It's the most important thing to do and sit under someone in regards of authority, And I'm like, yeah, because, they are more skilled and all that. You're pretty much just sending them to the wolves in sheep clothing nowadays, Oh my. In Denmark, go to a church. Oh yeah, on Sunday, of course, right? The first day of the week, right? Let's see how much they will tell you of truth. Oh yeah, they will tell you of Christmas, Easter, Halloween, and the pagan New Year, of course. They will promote those things, right? But they won't really tell you in regards of the festivals of the Bible and who the Antichrist is and all that. But you need to sit under someone with, that has been Christian. Yeah, well, maybe maybe it's a wolf in sheep clothing and all that. Yeah, I'm tired of it. I didn't understand that, because, you have to stick at one place and all that. Well, anyway, when you figure out that, that people are not standing for the truth, it's just so sad. Why would, if you have Christian congregations, right? And they have the spirit of truth, right? That's what we should have, right? Then why can't we? Why is it that there's so much deception and lies and bullshit out there? I don't understand it. So anyway, so you see all these programs, and I'm like, this has got to be kidding me. It is just, I just find one problem after another. Oh yeah, give your whole paycheck for the first month to this ministry, because that's the first fruit. Really? The whole paycheck for the first month? Oh, you need to give that to the ministry. Oh. Money, 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 right? It's interesting how they're focusing so much on the money thing, but yet not focusing on all the rest, Oh, anyway, when the money aspect, they can really go to the Bible. See what the Bible says here and there and there and there. Oh, yeah. But
so we can stand up and stretch a bit, and then we'll just get headlong into it and go as far as we can. We have to answer the Desire of Ages question, and did the holy days contain animal sacrifices, and what that means to us. All these things we've got to discuss. So let's take a break. We'll be back in just 5 minutes.
I was going to... Stay tuned for part 2, questions and answers. But as I understand it, they have made these. This guy has made. This is Seventh Adventist channel, but at least they're standing actually for the festivals, which is not usual for the Seventh Day Adventist to stand on the festivals. They will use the. But Paul says, or Ellen G. White says, because Ellen G. White also, and I'm like, okay, And they should have known that in regards of when they're talking about the Sabbath, right? They should have gotten but Paul says they should have known. It just helps so much just to get rid of Paul. It should become more sensible. Anyway. At least you have to be very, very careful with that guy. It's just incredible to see what people end up following him. And again, the quotations you see again and again and again and again on these channels. Paulus, 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 Paulus. What about Jesus? Isn't it Jesus that we are set to, follow after? Again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too... puristic or whatever. There are sources I absolutely have learned a lot from, Like that guy, for example, Seventh Adventist guy, which I can't remember the name of.
Thousands of evangelical Christians will gather near the Washington Monument.
Oh, that's the erect penis, right?
Historic religious revival. Together. that has a heavy social media branding, major music, hip hop, folktronica.
But yeah, at least they're pointing out who the Antichrist is.
Seems to me like all
And I guess, you can find issues with everyone, right? I just, looking at history, going back to the roots of the Nazarenes and all that, we know they were zealous and on fire for the law. And so how can we say that the law is abolished and done away with, It's just, we know that the Asian congregations in Asia Minor, which is nowadays Turkey, was keeping the festivals. And as far as I can see, with what we have left of puzzle pieces, yeah, they kept all the festivals. Now, we have most information in regards of the Passover because there was a great conflict in regards of Rome and Asia Minor in regards of Passover. And we have that information. We have, at least we have a lot of that information. We might also have lost a lot. But anyway, we still have, preserved some information in regards to that conflict. Polycarp going to Rome to try to instruct them in regards to Passover, not helping. And then Bishop Victor later on writing to the congregations in Asia Minor that they need to keep it according to Roman tradition. And apparently threatening them because we have the letter going back to Bishop Victor. And then he wants to excommunicate them. By the way, a wonderful letter from Polygratus back to Bishop Victor. I love that letter. Anyway, so that's Polygratus if anyone wants to read it, to Bishop Victor in regards of Passover. I love that letter, I'm coming back to that letter again and again and again because it shows so many things. It shows that the bishop in Rome didn't have the authority over the scriptures. That the people in Asia Minor pretty much, it's not so, they're pretty much just, in lack of providing information. They pretty much gave him the finger, and said, we should fear God more than we should fear man. It also shows that they were expecting resurrection, that that the people were sleeping in regards of, they're not, interesting enough, he's mentioning Apostle John and Apostle Philip that was in that area, and yet never mentioning the so-called great apostle to the Gentiles, right? That would be Paulus. Isn't that interesting that he wouldn't mention that? That guy. Anyway, maybe because it was the area of Asia Minor that actually rejected and turned their back on Paulus, according to himself, in 2 Timothy 1:15. Anyway, I wonder why that could be, right? Oh yeah, maybe because they figured him out. Anyway, and of course, you can go to Revelation chapter 2, verse 2, and see what Yeshua have to say about that, by the way. It's really, coincidence, I guess. Coincidence after coincidence in regards of, Of course, we have outside sources as well, talking about interesting things. Anyway, so, yeah. What was my... I think I got off track. I lost it. I can't remember what it was. I think I lost it. Anyway, so the television amazing discoveries. There are some good.
of music. And I read that somewhere in Daniel, where when they bowed down.
Oh yeah, they have some good stuff. Again, we all have issues here and there and all that, but at least be honest and say that you are an SDA organization. At least then one is prepared for what to come, right? And again, there are some good stuff. It's not all bad. Absolutely not. They have some really good stuff. But there also is some things that, I think is problematic. But yeah, they are really... they have some... the next step from, I think, is in regards to the COG, the Church of God. They seem to be, they're keeping the festivals, so they are, as I understand it, all of them, I think, in regards of the churches of God, as they call them, they're actually keeping the festivals and the Sabbath, so they're even closer. But again, you can find issues with that as well. Here and there. Again, it's just, I guess I'm just a little nippy, whatever. I don't know if that is the right word, nippy. I remember in regards to the Church of God, and you have the guy that, and he was promoting this, what was it, Israel in regards of England and the US or whatever. I can't remember the details on it, but it's just that I'm not jumping on that wagon. I did studies on that beforehand, and I remember Bill Cooper also did studies in regards of that. I remember getting one of the books in regards of this thing and all that, and the author said that this was this was one of the pinnacle points in regards of proving that, like, the Danish people had come from, this, and I knew I could check that out, in regards of what he said in the book. Now, this was an older book, so that might have been hard to check at that point, but nowadays it's, and I just couldn't, this was in regards of the horns found in Denmark. And, it talked about, coming from Israel or something like that. And there was absolutely nothing in regards of Israel on those horns, pretty pagan, pretty pagan symbols and all that, so I ended up throwing the book out, after that.
And I hated going to church because of that. And it was just, I just didn't like it. We only had church every other Sunday.
Sunday.
And in between Sundays, we'd stay at home. I guess originally it was meant to have family Bible study, because the Amish church doesn't have Sunday school or even Bible study or prayer meeting or anything like that. But I think
But they are, the Seventh-day Adventists are pretty good at promoting the Sabbath. That's nice. But I think they put way too much weight in regards of, I think it's they say that the Sabbath is, the Sunday is the mark of the beast and so forward. No, the mark of the beast, the number of the 666 is the number of a man. So, the number of the beast, the number 666. Yeah.
They will lay hands on the sick and they shall recover. He wanted these disciples to be seeing these miraculous.
Well, Revelation TV have.
And we can't ignore what was before us, because that is our foundation.
But at least it's a lot better than all the, really satanic thing and all that. At least that's. At least it's something in regards to the Bible now.
Psalm 11 verse 3, which says that if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? We need to be mindful of our Hebrew foundation.
I haven't seen a single channel talk about the Antichrist. Not a single channel. As I remember, not a single channel. Now I haven't sit here and but of what the things I've looked into, I really haven't seen anything in regards of telling who the. Well, now I have to be careful. But no, that's actually the SDA. Yeah, actually, oh, my bad. My brain is not working right here. That's right. The SDA. Yeah, of course they are. Saying that. Yeah, that's nice. At least they're out there. Still standing for that. It's just so sad to see the Protestants. Why do you think they were called Protestants? Well, because they protested the Antichrist, and yet they don't protest anymore. It's like, how many is there left actually protesting? Now they're running back to the Antichrist. This is in Denmark, like the only really, this is from the SDA from 2017. 500 years after Luther. It's interesting because they actually, seem to be, against, saying bad things in regards to, sometimes in regards of Protestants. I've seen some of that in regards of, but it's like we have had 500 years to do more things, and to change or to correct things, and this is where we are today. It's pretty shameful. But this is a booklet in regards of, the Antichrist, pretty much, in regards to the papacy and all that. And of course, in regards to the change of Sunday to Saturday and all that. So they went around, giving them out. And apparently that's 2007, so that's, I guess, 3 years ago that I got it. And I was like, okay, I'll see it and see what it is, See if, and that, absolutely, there's some good stuff. And I guess I'm just totally negative at the moment. I shouldn't be so negative. It's nice to see people out there at least promoting some truth, Just have to be careful in regards of the problematic doctrines that, for example, you can go to the non-SDA if you want to see a former SDA that have left the SDA. And I read some history in regards to where Miller and all that. Miller sets a date, right? Doesn't happen. Then another guy, maybe it's just next year, right? And then Miller jumps on the wagon again, and that fails again. And then, as I understood from what I read, Miller understands that this is, pretty much bullshit, And yet, others can't accept that. And then they make these other doctrines which, they should just have accepted that, okay, we're wrong, okay, whatever, let's just get back to the Bible and, no. They continue with this, they build on it, give me a break. Come on, just accept that you are wrong, and then get on. We can all be deceived by Satan. The thing is, when we find out that we have been deceived, we need to turn around, not build on it. Maybe I should be more. Maybe I'm complaining a lot. I shouldn't.
The health reform is another thing. I watched Walter's Food for Thought, and I started following that.
Oh yeah, with regards to Walter. Yes, Walter what? Walter something.
And I lost over 50 pounds.
And there's some good stuff in those teachings for sure, there are still some things that I can't, I know the SDA are promoting these things in regards of, we saw the other guy that is also dead. There's two other guys that was SDA that also promoted, what's the guy, James something or whatever, and I was seeing, in regards to the Babylon and all that. He also goes with this, going back to Babylon and Nimrod, it seems, and all that. And but it seems like I need to do more research on those things. But as far as I know, the Pontifex Maximus was already there from the beginning of the Roman conception in regards of being a kingdom. According to Wikipedia, the second king gave the rules to the Pontifex Maximus. So, if that is the case, well, he's already there, right? The Pontifex Maximus is already there. And if I remember correctly, they have a doctrine that the Pontifex Maximus comes from Babylon and then goes to Asia Minor, and from Asia Minor ends up in Rome. But if the Pontifex Maximus was already there from the conception of Rome, that seems to be... Now I do understand that, the whole thing in regards of Babylonian, Medo-Persians, and Grecians and all that ends up in the beast, which is the eight, which is pretty much the thing that is running the world at the moment. So that's the papacy, the papacy, and all that. I guess I should just be happy that that there are some people. There's very few that actually stands on in regards to who the Antichrist is in our days, and and warning people in regards to the ecumenical movement. So yeah, maybe I should be more open. I don't know.
So yeah, we talk about
there's a lot of focus also on food, and in regards to those food choices, I don't really subscribe to that. Some of it anyway. There's some good information, absolutely. But there's also some of the things that I'm totally, what do you call it, a carnivore at the I'm pretty much mostly eating meat, besides antifungals like ginger, for example. And so I eat a little ginger. It says to be antifungal. I'm not sure how much it actually is in regards of, but it's said to be, and some of the other stuff and all that. But besides that, I pretty much eat mostly meat, because that's zero sugar, and fungus loves sugar. So anyway, I'm not going back to being a vegetarian, that's for sure. If I want to destroy my health further, I could just go back to being a vegetarian and getting a lot of sugar, right? So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay with the meat, and sadly, I was led astray on that path in regards of being a vegetarian. And that's, many years I've wasted on that pretty much, and just made my health worse. So, juicing, it's just nearly, is so much sugar you're putting in there if you're juicing, fruits and fruits primarily, I guess it's just because I haven't been sleeping that I'm a little negative.
Simply because we cannot know the end of anything at its beginning. I like that, don't you? But I like what Jesus says in Matthew 17:20.
We got some Jesus.
Notice Matthew 17:20, these powerful words. Matthew chapter 17, verse 20. I love these words.
But I also love, reading things in context. And also when people then they take a little here and a little there, right? Instead of just reading it from, beginning to end.
Here Jesus says, if you have faith as a mustard seed,
Ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you.
I like that, don't you? Faith is so vital to understand at one time.
But that, the problem also with the SDA is that they mix. I remember I was one of the times I was at the SDA, and it was just Ellen G. White, where they put this, quote after quote on this, thing, Ellen G. White. And I'm like, I don't care what Ellen G. White says. I care what Yeshua says. So it's like the Mormons with all the Joseph Smith, and Jehovah's Witnesses have, what was that guy's name? I can't even remember. And then, then you have the Seventh-day Adventists that is just totally hooked on Ellen G. White. I've been there at some of their Sabbats, been there a couple of times, and I got they gave me books, right? And it was never a Bible they gave me. They gave me the Ellen G. White in regards of it's it's just open it up and finding that that she's saying that Yeshua had older brothers. That's goes back to the Roman Catholics, because they're trying to defend that Mary is a virgin, and all that, which of course she wasn't. But after she had Yeshua, Joseph knew her. He had, yeah. Anyway, it's legal, so why not? And of course, she might have become pregnant after that. Natural. That's not a surprise, and thereby, they had children. And he had 4 brothers and 2 or 3 or more sisters. We don't have the names of the sisters in the New Testament. We have the names of the brothers, and of course, you would expect them to be, smaller brothers. Not older brothers. Yeshua would be the older brother. He would be the oldest, But anyway, so I pretty much threw that book out as well, That was, at least, that's one of the things that I can remember where I was like, no. So I ended up throwing that book out, and I got another book that was also from Ellen G. White. And then they came with another book that they wanted to give me, and I said, no, I don't want that. I just want to read the Bible, So it's I guess it's nice gesture to give you books and all that. I just rather just want to read the Bible, and then I'll take it from there, right? So I think the third book they tried to give me was in regards of Revelation or something like that, and I, rather open it little by little for myself and see what I. So yeah, there was one book they didn't want me to, it seems like they didn't. I guess it might have been because they might not have thought I was, but I had been in the occult, right? So it's actually just in the level that, and of course, I ended up becoming very interesting in that one that didn't want me. That was a little, actually it was not a big, just a folder thing, whatever, a smaller. That was in regards of warning, in regards of the SDA, in regards of the occult and all that. And I actually got that and ended up reading it, and there's some that really knows a lot in regards to the occult for sure. So that's nice. I guess I shouldn't really complain. I guess we all the truth that we can get out there is better than nothing. Yeah. But then you of course see the SDA compromising and pretty much looking like they're compromising and speaking nice words in regards to the Antichrist. That was the guy that had former SDA. He had some sources on that and all that. So yeah, and of course I've seen others, but it's hard to remember everything. The Jesuits have pretty much infiltrated everything, it seems. Everything. That's very sad. Let's say Bible explanation.
And you shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath. On the 8th day it shall be a Shabbat. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in your year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations.
Oh.
You shall celebrate it in the 7th month.
That's Sukkot, I think. He's talking about.
It's a statute that means.
That must be Sukkot.
I mean, if our law says that's a stop sign, you run that stop sign, you get a ticket.
That's one of the
law.
festivals of
Yes.
Jehovah.
It's not in the state statute.
So that's much more in my liking, you know.
Absolutely.
But wait a minute now, this is 2011, we can do what we want now, can't we? It's all done away with. You know, maybe 2012 we done away with. It's a whole new year. See how stupid we're sounding? So when the God says this is a statue, hello, whatever we should be doing. Am I making sense?
Yep, I'm making pretty good sense.
I will get my better half.
These days are holy. They're called holy, aren't they?
Pardon me?
They're called holy days, aren't they?
Yeah, they're called holy days.
They're the holy days of Jehovah. They're not only the Jews, they are the holy days of Jehovah. Set apart days.
Priest.
Your pastor?
A priest.
Priest?
A Catholic priest.
Catholic priest, he can make
He
it
can make a day
holy.
holy. No, he can't. I'm just playing.
Actually, we're the servants of the one we choose to obey. Let's go on to another one. Yes, we do list the statutes among these holy days because he does. Where are we now? Oh, did Ellen White keep the feast of Yahweh, Sherry? What do you say?
Well, many of who study this
There we go with the LNG White, right? And but let's see what they say.
issue say it's really hard to prove either way, but there are some pieces of evidence that
As far as the research that I did, she's used as Paul because she stands on Paul, so she has the same opinion as Paul in regards to the festivals, in regards of So no, I don't. But anyway, I haven't gone deeper into it. But why even? We can waste so much time on these things, right? And we could just go back to the Bible. The problem is if you make someone a prophet, right, and you need to accept everything that she says, and anyway.
especially when we talk about the statutes and everything she has to say about the statutes. By the way, she talks about the importance of keeping the statutes and the importance of statutes all throughout the Bible and this day and age over 400 times in her writings. So when she talks so much about that, I can't help but think that, there's a good possibility that she did. But let's go back here.
I don't think so.
I think if she did,
But anyway,
it would have been
I haven't-
probably done because in 1888, the advancing light, which we believe that in 1888 that the issue of keeping the feast was brought up by Jones and Wagner. There's lots of evidence in regards to that. The advancing light was stopped because of the insubordination of the leadership, and I don't believe that she was given the instructions to carry that message any further except through the statutes. So it may have happened, but it was pretty much squelched. The word declares, "Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean from all your filthiness, and from all your idols will I cleanse you. A new heart will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh. And I put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes." This is the descent of the Holy Spirit sent from God to do its office work. This is what her words on this. And we mustn't think that we have all the truth. This is another quote she has. We understand the main pillars of our faith, and we may rest on this knowledge. The truth is an advancing truth, and we must walk in the increasing light. So she definitely believed in walking in the increasing light.
Oops. Well, I can't remember where the information was in regards to it, but I remember doing studies in the past in regards to it, and she supports Paulus, so Seventh-day Adventists can quote both her or Paulus in regards of, no, we don't need to keep them, Can't remember what might have been one of the books that I've read a little here and a little there where I found it. I can't remember. Anyway, I should stop now and stop complaining, and I think I need to go to the white, anyway. May Jehovah be with you, and ye shall be a most precious pearl, and the Spirit of truth be in us all. Amen.